Self-confidence is one of those things that's hard to describe, but it is easy to recognize. It can be thought of as a feeling of trust in one's skills, traits, and judgment. It affects just about every part of our lives, including how we feel about ourselves, how others see us, and how well we do in school, at work, or even in any given social setting. You might not even know that some habits are hurting your confidence, but you do know that for some reason, sometimes you feel less confident than you normally do, and you just don't know why. Well, let's look at some of these habits and behaviors so you can learn to spot them and start replacing them with healthier habits and healthier behavior patterns. Number 1, how do you show up? You know how important good hygiene is and that you need to take care of yourself. If you don't care about how you look, you're telling yourself that you're not worthy enough or good enough to be treated with love and respect. You're neglecting yourself and people will start to disrespect you on a regular basis. Also, if you do not like how you look, your self-esteem will go down and you'll become very uncomfortable in social settings. Even though it might seem like a small thing, taking care of your looks can really help you feel better about yourself. You must learn to be your best cheerleader, your number 1 fan. Number 2, listen, no one is perfect. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you, like most people, start looking for any small flaws. You focus on what you find, making it bigger and bigger until it seems like the only thing that you can see. You really have to stop this because it's tearing down your self-confidence. Focusing too much on your flaws can make you hate what you see. When this happens, you stop looking at all the things that you like about yourself and start constantly looking for things that you don't like about yourself or what you think is wrong. Sooner or later, you might even start avoiding your reflection altogether. This routine of criticizing yourself makes you feel unattractive, not good enough, and ashamed. It's not a good recipe for feeling confident at all. Instead of focusing on the flaws you have, start focusing on the good things about yourself. There are a lot of good things about yourself, and you can find them. They're there. You've been with them all your life. At first, it might seem really weird or even stupid because it can be hard to be positive when cynicism has become a habit. But repetition is the mother of learning, and like any worthwhile new habit, doing it every day will begin to change how you feel about yourself. You will start to fall in love with yourself again. That's right, you'll start to fall in love with yourself again. And that is the second most powerful love affair that you can ever have, only second behind the love affair between you and your God. Number 3, stop magnifying your weaknesses. There's a thin line between making fun of yourself and going too far. Self-deprecation is meant to show people that you're a normal person who doesn't take yourself too seriously, but it can sometimes come across as you being nervous. Also, if you're always saying bad things about yourself, people are going to get tired of hearing it and they're going to start to avoid you. So if you must talk about a weakness, frame it as an area where you can improve or as an area that you are improving in. So that's going to show all the people that are watching you, and they are watching you, that you're committed to getting better in those areas. It's going to show people that you're ready to learn new skills and level yourself up from the things that everybody is just used to you doing. Number 4, you can be too complimentary to people. When you're too complimentary to others, you're basically telling them that you think that everybody else is better than you are. Of course, it's important to edify others, but if you do it excessively and make yourself look small, you will start to believe that story, and that's just not the truth. Instead of keeping up this loop of praising others too much and putting yourself down, take the time to recognize your own skills and gifts. Learn to pat yourself on the back and give yourself an attaboy or an attagirl. The feeling that you get will be amazing, and you'll find that you've been missing that feeling so long. Remember that everyone's strengths and weaknesses are different. In fact, if we were all the same, man, what a boring world this would be. I wouldn't want everybody to be like me, or I wouldn't want to be like somebody else. I love me, but I don't want anybody else to be me, and I definitely don't want to be anybody else. Everyone has something special about them that makes them different. So don't forget about your good qualities, because you have a gift that only you can deliver to this world. It was deposited in you because nobody else can put your specific and unique spin on it. Number 5, believing your negative self-dialogue. Like most individuals, like most people, you probably sometimes have critical ideas about who you are as a person and how good you are. You may even think sometimes or a lot of times that you're not a good person at all. The negative things we tell ourselves tend to be accepted more readily than the positive ones. This way of thinking has a cumulative negative effect on one's sense of self-worth and confidence. It makes it more challenging to believe in oneself and to realize one's ambitions. The more you hear your negative dialogue, the more you tend to believe it. Learning to stand guard at the gateway of your mind is a very empowering tool for you. It helps you to follow the negative thoughts that you have with positive, self-affirming thoughts that empower you and help you to realize that you are worthy, that you do matter, and that you have always been good enough. Number 6, everything can't be your fault, so stop apologizing for everything. Although apologies can be very effective and significant, being overly polite and constantly saying sorry can diminish your confidence. It gives people the impression that you always think that you're the one who's to blame, so it diminishes your self-image. An excessive amount of apologizing can give the impression that you don't trust your judgment or abilities. It also sends a message to yourself that everything is your fault, no matter what the situation is. Listen, you shouldn't apologize for something if you are aware that it wasn't your fault or if you don't feel particularly sorry for it. Stand up for what you believe. Stand up for what's right. Stand up for what you believe is right.